Hello, Brenda. I'm having trouble with my computer. Give me a second here. Hello, Brenda. I'm having trouble with my computer. Hey, Justin, how you doing?
That link ain't working for me. I don't know what's going on. Your link in the chat sending me a valid meeting ID. I had to go to an older one to get it.
Let me try to put it up again. I'm having trouble with the computer.
It's not the computer. It's just the Zoom link is screwed up. Not working. I had to go to your show from 22 hours ago to get the link.
Sorry, John. Roger, thank you.
I remember to take these scratch offs in that I keep forgetting. Oh, who's this calling? Give me a second.
Did it work for you now? For some reason, it just wouldn't. It wouldn't let me copy the link. When I copied the link, it put up a great big huge link, and I had to try and back up and delete it, and it wouldn't delete the part that I normally delete. And I don't know. Don't know. Can everybody hear me all right now? Brenda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if that works because I'm already in here, so I can't try it. But we'll have to wait
Yeah.
until somebody else, see if anybody else tries again. Then we'll know.
How's the weather down there in Florida?
It's warm, but it's cloudy and rainy. I
Yeah,
think
it's
we're.
cloudy, rainy here, and it's going to be cloudy, rainy tonight. It's going to get colder, and we're supposed to get snow and ice, and then warm up a little bit tomorrow, and just not so nice. Next week, they're talking about maybe us getting up into the 50s.
We're probably in the low 70s right now. There's a bit of a breeze. I mean, it's cool, but it's not hot. But
Yeah,
it's not cold. But we're starting to get some of that storm that Joe had yesterday. Is that thing sweeping across the East Coast like a big finger? So
right.
from the north all the way to the south. So I don't think Southern Florida is gonna get too much of it. It looks like mostly mid Florida and up, like through the Carolinas and all that. At least what I could tell on the radar earlier on the
Right.
phone. Return my. Get off of Israel's freaking thing. I need to be on their server right now.
What's that?
Oh, my VPN was turned on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I was VPN'd all the way into Israel.
Huh.
What's up, Brenda, Brian, 204? I watched Trump's speech from last night. Pretty
Did you?
funny. Yeah,
What'd you think?
I think it was okay. It went good.
I do too, especially that
Al
one
Green
little
got
kid,
kicked.
that one little kid he made a Secret Service agent was just hilarious.
Oh yeah, that kid was so freaking excited. And then the other kid that was about to graduate high school, Trump approved his West Point application.
Yep,
He had
exactly.
like a 4.4 GPA in school and everything.
Yep,
And he wanted to go. His big dream was to go to West Point, and he put an application, everything in. Trump approved it, so he gets to go right into West Point, their college program, or whatever their college program I think it is. So I think they have to do a few years of the schooling before. It's a long process. He'll be in there for a while. And then the one kid that became an honorary Secret Service agent, he came up and high fived the other kid.
I saw that.
And Laken
And the
Riley's mom was there.
sad part of it is the one that he made the Secret Service agent had some kind of a cancer and was
It
supposed to
was
only have 5 months to live, but he's still around.
Yeah, he had brain cancer, and he's
Yeah,
still around like 6 years after they gave him that diagnosis. People are bitching about these tariffs, and I'm like, oh my god! I was like, who cares? Like, dude, the amount of investments that he's brought in already is gonna
right.
offset that by huge numbers. Dude, Canada's talking about like imposing tariffs on about 150. I think it was like 150 billion dollars worth of product. He brought that in just from one company.
Right.
If you add up between Microsoft, what was it? It was
That
it was Microsoft, Taiwan,
chip manufacturer. Yep.
and Saudi Arabia. That's well over $1 trillion in investments right there. It's like
Right.
1.3 trillion or something.
Exactly.
That's not including the investment from Japan that's coming in too. Like that's just the top three investments. Japan's investing a bunch of money over here too now. They're going to start moving more of their car manufacturing plants over here.
They're interviewing that kid that became the Secret Service agent on Fox News.
Oh yeah, Waypoint with their stupid little signs. False, false. Yeah, whatever, dude.
Well, the sad part of it is Nancy Pelosi's got more skin that's been stretched on her whole body than what most people have on their butt, you know?
It's yeah, everything he said, like I said, the tariffs thing, dude, Canada's gonna lose that 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 times. I mean, you're trying to go toe to toe with an economy that's 25 times the size of yours.
Right.
And it ain't gonna work out good for you. A Canadian, unfortunately, a Canadian citizen is gonna feel the impact of it a lot more than we would.
Yeah, it was very embarrassing to watch those Democrats sit on their hands, hold up placards, and then that one old duffer got up there with his cane and was shaking his cane and pointing at
That
Trump and
was Al Green, I think
Al
was his
Green.
name.
He needs to go to the home.
They kicked him out of there. He got kicked out because he wouldn't stop. They had the sergeant of arms, the head of the security for the congressional hearing, remove him. And Trump already said since he's going to put 25% tariffs, he's just going to raise them to 50. He's going to match them tariff for tariff. Canada can't afford to do that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, our annual federal budget is like four times or like four or five, like four times the size of their entire GDP.
Yeah.
They can't handle going that route. I mean, he acts like removing American liquor from their shelves are going to like, and removing American products is somehow going to bankrupt these companies. No, they're not. They'll lose a little bit in revenue, but it ain't going to bankrupt them. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, Canada supplies electricity to some northern states," which is true, but they don't have the gulls to flip that switch off.
Well, even if they do, we have backup systems, you know. It's like right down just south of Detroit, there's a nuclear power plant that's offline that could be just fired right up, you know. You know, the people that say, "Oh, we can't have nuclear." No, 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 no. Well, we've got several nuclear power plants around this country that they could be fired up within days. In fact, wouldn't it be great, Justin, if Trump called their bluff and they said they turn off our electric and gas, we turn them off. No more electric coming across, no more gas coming across. But anyway, that's enough politics for today. But I thought it was a really good speech. And I'm embarrassed by we had the backup person for the Democrats that gave their response. Um, she was a former CIA agent. Now, what do they teach the CIA agents? Lie, cheat, steal, everything else. And they do it all in the name of what they say, the country. Are you still with me, Justin? Maybe you stepped away. Oh, the sun's out here. It's supposed to be sun and rain on and off all day. Excuse me.
All right, Paul, unfortunately, I gotta jump off. I got a couple things I gotta do before I go back.
Okay, Justin. Hey, thanks for coming in and keeping me company. Maybe somebody else will join me.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Okay, take care. The how's the weather where everybody is? It's just terrible what's going on in the world right now. The oh, torrential rain in Spain. Okay. Yeah, I was also wondering how Tim Jackson's making out. He was facing a cyclone coming his way, I thought. That's miserable. Jim, good morning. I'll be right back. I gotta pitch some peanuts out to my little squirrel buddies. And my little buddy's laying on the couch in the living room. I pitched some peanuts out. They should be happy out there now. Hey Lance, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for popping in.
Hey, Paul.
Justin was here for a little bit, but he had to leave.
Yeah, he had to go attend the kids on the bus, huh?
No, I think he had something else come up, but
yeah.
Anyway, how are you doing? How are things out there on the West Coast?
I have had the crud for about 2 weeks now, and I was going to call in.
I can hear it in your nose, your nasal.
Yeah, and I was going to call in sick today, but we've got a staff meeting that I have to go to, so I thought, well, I'll call in sick tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how I feel. See if I get any better. But but yeah, it's being sick is sick.
Yep, not a lot of fun, is it?
No. So how are you?
Well, hanging in here. My little buddy's doing really well.
Good. And he's not a runner?
He slept on the couch with me.
Yeah.
And my renter is upstairs still.
Is he a runner? Does he run? Is
he a runner?
Yeah.
He likes to run around the backyard and chase the squirrels. He's big on chasing squirrels.
Yeah. But if you were to open the front door, would he take off?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And have you taken him to fly your drones yet?
No, because I haven't flown in a while.
Okay.
There just isn't any,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if there is something coming, I gotta get enough notice so that I can get his harness on and get him hooked up and get him in the truck and.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, it's, I was supposed to fly, there's this park called Jose Rizal Park in, South Seattle. And, I met this guy, on Facebook. He's a Seattle guy. I've never met him live yet, but he seems like a nice guy. And we've had some correspondence. And, we were going to meet Sunday, but I was just too sick. It's like, no, I'm not going to be able to make that. So I had to cancel on him. But that's a cool place to fly from. And he does a lot of hyperlapse. This guy does, and he wanted to do a hyperlapse from Jose Rizal, which turns out really nice, especially if it's at night or if it's dark. Because you get all the freeway, traffic, and it's kind of a cool place. Like I said, with a bunch of loops and intersections, and it's like a hub of different freeways right there. So, but I don't know if he made it or not. I haven't chatted with him since Sunday, so he hasn't posted anything, so I think he did not go.
Well, how has the weather been out there? Pretty good?
Pretty good. It was really nice, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday last week. It's a little wet right now, but not bad. It's, there's clouds in the sky, but it's not overcast. So, and it is 37 right now. It doesn't feel that cold. But it'll warm up to the mid 50s today. How about there?
It's a little warmer. We're supposed to go down back into the 20s and 30s couple of days, and then it start warming up again. So
yeah,
right now the temperature is 44 degrees.
Yeah,
which is good because it's melting all that snow and ice that's out here.
Yeah. And you know what you need to do, Paul, is you need to look around your area for drone enthusiasts and have a little mini meetups.
Well, I don't know anybody that flies drones in my area.
There's got to be a way to look that up. I would Google something like, Port Huron, drones, and or there's probably ways to find it, and then one thing leads to another. That's kind of how I met Angel, and then I've got a couple other guys down on my neck of the woods that I met the same way, just kind of seeing what they posted on local Facebook channels. I don't know if you've got a Port Huron face or drone page or not. We've got one that's called Pacific Northwest, and people post on that, and then you kind of figure out where they live, and then you meet up with them. In fact, I gave a job to a guy.
Everybody that I know that flies drones lives 2 to 3 hours away from me.
Yeah, but you're not the only drone flyer within 5 miles of where you live. I can guarantee you that. You just need to figure out how to find them.
Yeah, when I get time, I'm just, I'm getting to an age and stage, Lance, and I'm not looking to do another job. I'm trying to eliminate as many jobs as I got now.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is it gives you some really fun company. Like guys that do the same thing, and at least for me, I don't know about you, but it's nice to, I might not even fly when I'm with these guys. I might just watch them fly and chat and ask them about, what they're successful with on their drone, and then pretty soon we're talking about, wife and kids, and so it's just another outlet to I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
How's your daughter doing?
So we had to fly her home again, and they drew blood. All the blood came back fine. All the tests for the blood came back fine. They think it might be some type of a effect to an immune, but it's not an immune issue, but it's something to, but they don't know that. The blood did not detect that. So the next time she has an outbreak, she needs to get her blood drawn within 4 hours of that outbreak. So the doctor has given her a, go get your blood drawn, and it's an open-ended type of thing. And she'll be back my daughter will be back the end of this month, and we're going to force feed her things that we know will make her break out, and then run her to the clinic to get her blood drawn. So that's the next step.
So it could be some kind of an oral virus or something, do you think?
This is what we are thinking, but we're not doctors. Is she thinks she got COVID for the second time right around Thanksgiving, and that's when these bumps and everything started after she ate. So she had COVID. She thinks she didn't test, but she was really sick, and she got over it, and then she started to eat, and that's when all hell broke loose. So we think it has this COVID thing really sucks because they don't know what they don't know yet. It's such a weird disease or weird infection that we think it's tied to something that happened to her body when she had COVID, and it just hasn't bounced back yet. That's what we're thinking.
Well, hopefully I'll get it figured out, right?
Yeah. Because she can't eat bread and cheese and noodles the rest of her life. But they said it could be due to stress as well, and she gets real stressed with taking tests and the nursing thing, so that might be a little bit of it as well.
Now, what was she going to school for?
Nursing.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny because she had to list all of her classes. One of the profs wanted to know what all the classes the kids were taking this semester, and my daughter listed hers, and the prof came back and said, you should not be taking all these together in one semester. It's way too heavy. And my daughter was like, oh shit, now what? And she didn't drop any of them because she's on this track that, these are the classes you take. And, so it was like, well, what now? And, so she started out stressed, this semester because she thought her classes were too hard. And the class that this prof was teaching is the hardest class. So she's really studied hard for this class. And the first test she got a 92, which is, awesome. And she's like, okay, well, I nailed that. So she's doing fine. She had a class, it was organic chemistry, or was it organic biology? Organic chemistry, I think. Her very first semester in college. And they say this is the weeding out class, to get kids to drop out because it's such a hard class. And she said, it almost broke me. She said, and it's her only C on her report card so far. And she said it's the hardest class she's ever taken, but she had to work her tail off to get that C. In fact, she had a D most of the semester, and she kept working and plugging away to bring it up to a C to get the credit. So,
well, I'm sure what's going through her mind too, Lance, is she wants to make sure that she doesn't have some kind of an exotic viral infection, especially wanting to be a nurse,
Yeah, exactly. And that has, again, we're all we're all Google doctors now. You know, we try to diagnose ourselves as much as we can. And but yeah, I'm sure you're spot on with that. So I still haven't figured out what the issue with the Neo is, and I called DJI yesterday,
Yeah.
and they tried to help me, and they were no help. And so next they said, send us the two files that, you know, send us two files, the audio file and the video file of one of your flights, and we'll see if we can see what's going on. So I'm going to do that,
Okay.
and we'll just see. But I think it's, and then they said there's been no firmware upgrade on those since like the 20th of January. And I thought, well, maybe I didn't upgrade the firmware until the 10th of February, which is when the issue started. So, you know, maybe I had the original, or, you know, the firmware. Did you ever update the firmware on that, Neo?
I may have way back when, but no,
Okay.
not that I know of. Because, you know, I only flew it twice.
Okay. I'm sure you probably didn't, and I probably updated both of them, and then that's, you know, I probably updated on the 10th of February, and that's when the issue started, but I don't know that for a fact. So I'm wondering if I could try to roll back my firmware. I don't know how to do that. I guess
Well, that'd be
an
an interesting thing if you could roll back the firmware and see if
Yeah.
it still does it, you know?
Yeah. In fact, I was too sick last night to. I couldn't get DJI Assist 2 to work on my computer at work. So I was going to do it at home because I know I have it at home, and I was just too sick to sit at
Yeah.
a computer when I got
Well,
home.
you got to get better. There's no doubt about it. But
Yeah,
are the kids using the Neo?
they are. Yeah, you know, it's been too wet to go outside.
Sure.
I had my my Microsoft Office teacher fly it the other day just to show her what it does, and she was amazed. She was like, you know, technology is just
Oh yeah.
unreal.
Technology is going a mile a minute.
Yeah, so I try to share it with as many of my adult teachers as well, so they get an appreciation for what they missed as kids.
Well, not only that, they get an appreciation for having an open mind for what's coming next, you know?
Yep, exactly. We're getting a new assistant principal next year. He's coming to visit on the in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna have it on my desk when he comes into my room, and I'm gonna have to fly it.
There you go.
He's from Iowa, so we've never seen him, or we've seen pictures of him, but we've never met him yet. So, and he seems like he's a sports guy, so that's good. I really relate to anyone that can talk sports with me.
Yeah.
But it's light out. It's what time is it? It is about 6:35, maybe.
Yep. 6:35.
It's light. But in another week, when they have daylight savings, it'll be dark at this time again.
Yep.
And so then I want to shoot some morning shots before it gets light again, because I like shooting time lapse at night, and I usually do it in the morning when it's dark. But it won't be dark when I start going to work in a month. It'll be light, and I won't be able to shoot any more hyperlapse night shots for, you know, until summertime, when I can stay up late enough.
Yeah, it's a changing environment for sure.
You know, it's weird. My daughter's down, of course, down in San Diego, and their daylight changes about 1 hour. That's it. So 7 p.m. it's dark in the summer, we'll say, and it's dark at 6 p.m. in the wintertime. That's the fluctuation they get. You and I get huge fluctuations.
Yeah,
I
big.
mean, it's dark at 4:30 in the afternoon in the wintertime, and it's not dark until 9:30 at night in the summertime.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
People that live south of us don't understand that if they've
No.
never experienced it, and especially if you live in Alaska, that's crazy town. You get 1 hour, 2 hours of darkness in the summertime. That's it.
That's it.
It's dark. It's dark from 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. But in the wintertime, you get sun, from noon to 2, and that's it.
Yep.
So it's interesting to see all the folks in Florida or Hawaii or Southern California, not have that fluctuation of the daylight. It's always dark at 7 o'clock in Hawaii.
Yep.
So my daughter was, talking to her roommates, and they were like scratching their head. They were like, "What? What do you mean?" They've only lived in Southern California.
Well, that's like if you move south of the equator.
Yep, depending on how far out, right? I mean,
Exactly.
it's not fluctuate at all.
Nope.
But if you move to Australia, it's going to fluctuate like it does here. Depending on how far south in Australia you live, the more it's going to fluctuate.
Right.
I'm sure Dom has light, kind of like we do, Dominic.
Yeah. He does, but it's just opposite,
Just opposite. Yep. I fell asleep last night on my bed watching. I was watching the basketball game, and I forgot to plug my phone in. So I quickly plugged it in this morning, but I didn't leave it plugged in very long, and I've only got about 40%. So for some reason, you lose me. You know why? My phone died.
Well, we're probably going to shut it down here pretty soon anyway. We don't have hardly anybody in here.
Yeah. But I'm good now. I just wanted to give you a warning. I didn't want you to think I just cut you off.
Yeah.
And I can't see how much percent I have now. I'm driving, but I'm and it sounds like New Orleans got hit really hard with rain and tornadoes last
Yeah.
night. Or
Heavy winds.
Yeah. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't done hardly anything online. Any word on the Mavic 4?
No, not that I've seen. They're all talking about maybe midsummer or something.
Oh, that late now, because they were hoping maybe March or April. Okay, so that's been pushed back.
Well, DJI likes to keep everything kind of up in the air, literally, and
yeah.
As long as they keep you guessing, they keep you talking.
Yeah. And does your dog come to his name? What's his name?
Boone. Yep.
Is it a boy?
Yep. He's a good boy.
And what's his back? What's the story on him? What's the backstory?
He's Beagle, and it was given to me by somebody that could the elder person in the family died, and so they wanted him to go to a good home, and they knew that I was without, and so I got him.
I love beagles. We had a beagle as a kid. The only issue with beagles is you're right. They love to chase.
Yep.
And he will chase the squirrel till his heart dies.
Oh yeah, because it's like he'll be looking out the back door because I got a full length window on the door that we have the sliding where you got the internal screens, and he'll go out there, and I think he wants to go, and all it was he spotted a squirrel in the backyard. So as soon as I opened the door up, he looks and he's on a dead run chasing that squirrel around the yard.
Yeah. Yeah. Your squirrels will start to leave your area.
Yep.
That backyard. They won't hang out there anymore.
No.
Our beagle had 5 acres of land when I was in high school. And we got a beagle, and he ran the property basically. He got to run the yard, and he would chase the deer, the coyotes, the raccoons, the squirrels, the rabbits, and you would hear him howling. He would howl in the morning, and you would hear him chase it.
Yeah.
Talking about that, I need to show you guys. I was driving to work yesterday, and I stopped and I saw a coyote, and I took a picture of him in our backyard, kind
Oh.
of. And he looked very healthy. A lot of our coyotes look really skinny, like they're hungry. This guy looked healthy. He had eaten some good. He's had some good meals. I was gonna tell my wife that, I forgot. Too sick to talk last night.
Well, hopefully you take care of yourself and get better.
Yeah. If I feel like this tomorrow, I think I may take a day off. We get 17 total days of kind of wellness days a year, and if we don't use them, 12 of them roll over to the next year. And I built up a whole year's worth of sick leave, so I could be gone my last year every day. Call in sick. I wouldn't do that, but I could. And then we can cash them out after we retire, but only at 25 cents on the dollar. And I thought, well, it's better than nothing, right?
Oh yeah, it is a small benefit, but it's nice to have it there, where you get the full pay.
Yeah. So when I call in sick, I get full pay, but if I collect it at the end, I only get a quarter pay. So I just kind of keep my eye on my sick leave. And then we've got this thing called VEBA. It's an insurance policy that teachers have up here. And after 180 days of sick leave, if you have more than that the next year, which I usually do, they throw those days into VEBA, and then it's kind of like if I go to the doctor, I can use that money to pay my for my medicine if I needed it, or my copay. Doctor's visits, my daughter's doctor's visits. So my daughter's had quite a few bills the last couple months. I would say over $1,000, and I've been able to rely on that VEBA, and it's money that's sitting there that I can't do anything with but insurance. So I just pull out my credit card and say, "Here you go," and it's my VEBA credit card.
Right.
And it just kind of takes money out of there. So. Who's in the chat this morning? I can't see the chat.
Brenda's there, Jim's there,
Good morning, Brenda, Jim.
Hanging with JD is there.
Hey, JD.
Oh, 204W, Drone Life. Justin was in, but he had to leave. In fact, Lance, I think I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
All right, Lance, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by.